Hello, my friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family. So, guys, we're looking at Gordon Michael Scallion's Earth Changes map that he put together back in 1998. So, this was done from him compiling all different sources, like Edgar Cayce's material as well as others, and his own intuition and study. This is what he came up with looking at North America. Well, that's pretty dramatic. But you got to say, when you see what's going on in the news, there's some massive changes.
There is, and it's like a slow uptick, but you can definitely notice the marked changes every year. At least I do.
Yeah, we see that a couple big new blobs here. Atlantis, Lemuria rising again. There's not much left to Europe. Europe is just about gone. Just a few islands here, a few islands there. And we see, huge changes all over the globe. See, Africa becomes a series of islands. And if we look at South America, there's massive changes there as well. It's very interesting, as well as a lot of new lands that come out. And look at that. Wow. But, that's what Mother Shipton's prophecies say, too. And, the Hopi prophecies, we could go through all of them. They all portend massive changes. And where did China go? Who's hiding China? South Korea. Just a little bit of North Korea left. And Japan, where did that go? Well, Cayce says into the sea. And, Cayce did also say that Northern Europe will be changed in a twinkling of an eye. Just a twinkling of an eye. Well, yeah, there's not a lot there. So when we look at that, it's interesting, and we see, everything going on. We have here 13 homes evacuated over concerns now a Virginia dam may fail. Remember yesterday, we had that same situation going on. Well, we actually did have 2 dam failures in Michigan as they face a 500-year flood event. Look at that.
That's just so sad. I mean, those people's livelihoods and their homes, that's heartbreaking.
Well, the flooding we've seen now for 3 years pretty much in a row, everything feels like it's going to go to a new level, is going to a new level. As you see this tweet, first Michigan, now Virginia, both having dam breaks after heavy rains, and then getting into a political statement there as well. And when we see over here, May 2020 is now Chicago's wettest on record in 150 years of observations.
Wow, that's, it's right there for us to look at.
And we had talked about the storms getting stronger, and just an update on Cyclone Amphan. It's killed more than 86 people, and it did leave a massive trail of destruction, millions without power in India and Bangladesh. And we do have some family members over there in that area, so we're sending our love and prayers to them. And this was a powerful one, and you got to wonder what the rest of this season's going to look like, and with the Atlantic too, and the Pacific. As you see here, there's videos here for you guys to check out. Massive damage. You can see a tree down on the roof. Everything destroyed. And of course, it's all impacting the food situation. And then we had tons of quakes going on over in Nevada after that 6.5 hit up around the Tonopah area. And, it hasn't slowed down. Not at all. And in fact, I'm going to jump over here real quick. It's actually speeding up again. There's actually more quakes today than there was yesterday in the area, and there was more yesterday than the day before. So a minute ago it was 374, now we're at 367. Yeah, there's still a lot of energy sitting right there.
Yeah, there is, and there's something under there, and it feels, it feels just like it would be magma. I don't actually know what else it could be.
Well, a lot of new volcanic activity starting to happen. We also saw that area right over here that had the hazardous air. So, that was curious as well. And we have a 6.2 that struck the central Mediterranean Sea as well. And jumping back over to this, we still see the same swarming in the same places. So, we're holding our breath on this one.
Yeah, right. There's definitely a lot going on. More than meets the eye, for sure.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. And so when we look at the rest of it, you saw, I'm having it's jumping back and forth so quickly here. USGS is showing at 5.7, and over there in the Greece area. And here you have one, kind of in the middle of a plate, 5.2 in the Congo. We see these every now and then, and that's really curious when you see the middle of the plate. But, if we go back to what we were talking about, over here, we see, that, the thought is that Africa is going to be splitting up, and there is a rift going on over there as well as really interesting volcanic activity off the coast of Madagascar. So, we have major earth changes underway. Here you see very abnormal seismic activity concerns scientists in South Korea. As we were pointing out, South Korea, according to those earth changes maps, it's not going to be there anymore. So an unusual rash of earthquakes that have shaken the peninsula in recent weeks. Some suggest this sudden upsurge in seismic activity might be the precursor to a major and potentially very destructive earthquake as well.
That's really curious how they've been weighing in on this. I don't think I've seen them weigh in on this much before.
Yeah, there's so much coming out now. Now, Mauna Loa was thought to be the largest volcano on Earth. And actually, Mauna Loa is if you go down from the seafloor bed, it's bigger than Mount Everest. That's how big it is. But actually now they say Pahuhono, which lies northwest of Honolulu, is actually technically the biggest. So even bigger than Mauna Loa. And we see a giant tectonic plate under the Indian Ocean is breaking in two. But don't worry, because they say that it's going to take millions of years. Oh, again, they always do that. Well, it's collapsing, but it'll be 2 million years from now.
Yeah, it's only happening like a millimeter a day or something or less.
Yeah, it's one of those things where actually, the San Andreas is moving at like 100 times faster pace than this. At least that's what they're telling us. So Comet Swan, brightest comet of the year, will be visible in the UK and, in the northern latitudes until mid-June. Now, this one, unfortunately right now, it seems to be dimming a little, but you never know. You never know, and as we were talking about, you got to wonder, is this the comet that Nostradamus talked about, or perhaps one of the series of comets that maybe Mother Shipton was alluding to? And then we have some sort of mysterious boom in India as well, and some were wondering if it's aliens, big earthquake coming, or, was it something else? Was it related to the cyclone, perhaps, atmospheric? But people heard this all over the areas of Bengaluru on Wednesday afternoon, and it did cause a panic among the residents.
That would really scare me too. What if it was a crack in the dome?
Yeah, crack in the dome. There she goes. So, yeah, a lot of tweets coming out about people saying, what the heck was that? Did the Avengers assemble? Did Thor arrive?
Right? It could be.
Yeah, who knows? Satellites and spacecraft malfunction as Earth's magnetic field mysteriously weakens. Well, it's not really mysterious. We're going through a magnetic pole reversal. This is what happens. Yeah. But it is causing problems for satellites, and it is growing.
And how much worse is it going to get?
Yeah, well, if we look at what we've learned from history, it's going to get very interesting, because we have a lot more technology than we're told we had in the past, but there's a lot of debate with that. And so Elon Musk SpaceX is going to be launching some astronauts on the way to the International Space Station. So, interesting. So, you know, it's all fascinating, and I think this is all like the corporatization of space is, again, it's getting us ready for the next step, because you're going to see national barriers come down as we become a one world government under the UN, and we can see that manifesting in so many different ways right now. And then it's going to be just outright obvious that everything is corporate. It's all a corporate world. This is a corporate world. I mean, it truly is. And this is part of the shift by having companies like SpaceX there out in the open, paving the way. Rare May snow. This is in Pakistan. First time in 100 years. So, yeah, we're seeing a lot of interesting stuff going on.
Dolphins who visit Australia's Tin Can Bay, which is a popular tourist spot.
Okay, so, yeah, the dolphins are missing tourists. And so they're leaving gifts on shore, like saying, come back and play. I mean, dolphins are such intelligent things, and they're so sweet, so nice. I mean, I've been in the Gulf of Mexico so many times when dolphins will come by, pop up right next to you, and they give off such a great vibe.
Oh, they do, and I think they definitely know way more than what we know as far, because you listen to their frequency and the noises they make. Those are significant.
As you see the gifts they're leaving up on shore. Pretty cool stuff. And so research shows gardening boosts the mood as much as exercise, and you get a little exercise while you do it, and you get the satisfaction of growing your own food, which is imperative in the world now.
I think it has a lot to do with the grounding and meshing with the earth.
Most definitely. And we spent the entire morning just basically working out in the gardens. And, what will end up becoming a greenhouse as we transition it. And we're still putting that whole thought together on the fly as we're doing it, because what happened was we just basically threw some plants in some raised beds, and the sun was toasting them, so I had to make a trellis to put a sunscreen up, and then it just went from there.
Yep, and it's still just going, and it's a lot of fun. I find it very relaxing, and I can't wait to show you guys.
And we will show you guys some photos and do some videos. So thank you, everybody, for being a Patreon, everybody that's supporting us over there, and also on Ko-Fi. As you know, we also are on Brighteon and BitChute. As always, guys, stay prepared. God bless and namaste.
God bless and namaste.